Okay, 12.2 surface area and volume of prisms and cylinders. Surface area. Surface area is the sum. What does sum mean to do? Add of all the areas of the faces. It's kind of wordy. But basically you find the outside areas, kind of like perimeter, you add up all the sides, right? Surface area, you find all the areas of the outside faces and add them up. That's it. Now, area of a prism or cylinder is the area, is V equals capital B times H. Now, before we've had a lowercase b and it meant base, right? An uppercase B is the area of the base. Okay. It is the area of the base, and guess what H is? Height. Now, the base is the shape of the object, okay? So this first one I'm going to put as a 1. That is a rectangular prism because the base is a what? Rectangle. So that could be what's sitting on the bottom, but could it also be the side? Could I put it on its side? Is that still a rectangle? Yeah? Okay. What shape is this bottom? Triangle. So this is shape 2, and it is a triangular prism. So when I do the area of the base, I need to do the area of the triangle. Does that make sense? So these are cylinders, so the base is a what? Circle. Whether it's laying on its side or standing up, the base is still a circle. Make sense? And we're going to name this a 3 and this a 4. Now I'm going to tell you everything we do in your notes, every shape I give you, we're going to find surface area and volume. On your test, I'm going to ask you for the surface area and volume of every shape, but your worksheet that you get tomorrow to work on in class, so hopefully you get it done, you have 10 surface areas and you have 10 volumes. Does that make sense? So we are going to find the surface area and volume of all 4 of these shapes. So we're going to work one of them up here, and we're going to work the rest down here. So watch how big you write and sloppy. So shape 1, surface area. And I don't know exactly if SA is the abbreviation for surface area, but that's what I'm using. But I think it is. I think I'm right. So when you look at this prism, I'm going to always start with the base because that's the way I like to do it. So the area of this base right here is this piece right here, isn't it? Is there another piece that is exactly that same size? Yes. Yeah, the top, isn't it? So I have 2. And how do you find the area of a rectangle? Length times width. So 6 times 5. Plus, and I'm going to do this one in a different color, so hopefully it helps. I've got a side piece. Is there another one over here? Yeah. Yeah. 14. So I have 2 of those. And what is the length of it? 5. And the height is 14. And then I got another piece that's in the front, but it is also in the what? Back. So it's both. So there are how many of them? 2. And its length and width are what? 14 and 6. Does it matter which one I put first? Yes. Does it matter? No. So now I got to multiply them all out. So this is 30, right? This is 10. And this is... What do you want to multiply by 2? 14 or 6? I want to multiply... I'm going to do 6 times 14. That should be easy to do, right? So 4 carry 2, 84. Okay, so 2 times 30 is what? 60. Plus 10 times 14 is? 140. Do you see why now I multiply 2 times 5 instead of like 5 times 14? Because it's easy to multiply by 10, isn't it? And then I multiplied 6 times 14 because it's pretty easy to multiply by 2. So 2 times 4 is 8. Carry a 1. 178. Because you had to carry a 1. Right?
4 times 2?
No. Oh, no it isn't. Thank you. I don't know how to multiply today. And I appreciate the way you asked me that. You're like, duh, Mrs. Mick. Because I needed a duh right there, didn't I? Okay, so if 140 and 60 is 200. And so I got 368. And what is my label?
Inches.
Inches.
Squared. Cube.
Inches squared. We're doing area. Okay. So volume. Yep.
I used up all my space.
You have 4 of these to do in this space. I told you that. Okay, so volume is the area of the base times the height. Well, the base is what times what? Like 6 times 5, and the height is 14. So that gives me 30 times 14. Okay, so 3 times 4 is 12. Now I carry a 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. So 420 inches cubed. Because now we have an inch times an inch times an inch. Each of those dimensions had inches on them. So the volume's going to be quicker, isn't it? Yeah, volume's going to be quicker. Mr. Jurgens says, so are you going to tell him the formula? I'm not going to tell you the formula. Did we need a formula to find that surface area?
Yes.
No. Why would I give you guys another formula? Because you're having a hard time using the one you have, right? So I'm going to do number 2 up here because it shouldn't take very much room, I don't think. Well, it may. We'll see. Okay, so number 2, I have surface area. So it is a triangular prism, so I'm going to look at my triangle at the bottom. So there's one at the bottom. Is there also the same one at the top?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 times a half times the base. What's the base?
What?
The triangle. Look on your paper. You will see it better. Half is a triangle. Triangles are 1/2 base times height. Okay, so 12 times what? 5. Okay, so that gives me the top and the bottom, doesn't it? Now, I'm going to go with the side over here. That should be a rectangle, shouldn't it? It's 5 by what? 14. Is there another one that's 5 by 14? No, there's not, is there? So I just have 5 by 14. So 5 times 14. Now the front is what by what? 12 by 14. Is this back piece 12 by 14? No, because this part of the triangle is not 12, is it? That's the hypotenuse, isn't it? Can the hypotenuse be the same as a leg? No. So we're going to have plus 12 times 14. Plus, well, we've got to figure out this. I have a right triangle and I need the hypotenuse. What do I need to use? Pythagorean theorem, right? So to find the hypotenuse, it's going to be C equals the square root of leg squared plus leg squared, right? So give me a leg squared. What's one leg? 5 squared is 25 plus the other leg is 144. So I have the square root of is 169, which is 13. So this piece right back here is 13, which makes this rectangle what by what? 13 by 14. Now, did I have to do some work on that one? Yep, I did. And I'm just gonna, well, 2 times a half is just 1, right? So 12 times 5 is 60. So I have 60 plus 5 times 14 would be 70 plus 12 times 14 plus 13 times 14. And you get 480 inches squared. So, did this one take a little longer to do because I didn't have all duplicate sides? Yeah, but all I did was add up all the areas of the faces, didn't I? That's it. So now I need the what? Volume. This is number 2, isn't it? We need to label it. Okay, so the volume is the area of the base. Well, the base is down here, isn't it? So 1/2, 12 times 5, times the height, which is what? The height is 14. So 1/2 of 12 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. And I think we just did 30 times 14, didn't we? Is 420 inches cubed. So these two shapes have the same volume, but do they have the same surface area? No. Is that possible to do? Yeah. Is it possible to have the same surface area and not the same volume? Yep. Is it possible to have both the same and not be the same shape? Yes. Okay, so now we have 2 cylinders. What do you notice about these 2 cylinders?
They're the exact same.
They look exactly the same. So are we making a prediction that both are going to be exactly the same?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see what we get. So 3. So surface area equals the area of the base. So the area of a circle is what equation?
2 pi r squared.
How about pi r squared?
Or pi r squared.
So pi r squared. So is there 2 of these? Yes. So then we were going to multiply by 2, but that's not because it's the area of the circle, right? So 5 squared is, so 2 times 25 pi plus, now be careful. If I have this flat piece of paper right here, and I take it and I curl it up, what do I have? I have a cylinder. So its length is actually the what of the circle? Their circumference. So my picture has the height, doesn't it? But in order to find the length, I have to find the what of the circle? Their circumference. So the height is what? 11 times, and the circumference of a circle is what? 2 pi r. So 2 times 5 is 10 pi. So that gives me 50 pi plus 110 pi. So how many pi's do I got? 160 pi meters squared. Are you guys following?
Yes.
Shaylee, you should know. Where'd I lose you? Oh, you were just telling me no, just to be that way. Okay. So now I need to find the what? Volume. And again, the volume is the area of the base. Well, the base is a what? Circle. So the area of that circle is what? Isn't it right here?
55.
What? No, 25. The 50 is because there's two of them, right? So the area of the circle was 25 pi times the height, which is what? 11. And I'll show you guys my trick to multiply by any two-digit number by 11. You ready for it? So you take the two digits and you separate them like that.
Can you move your paper up a little?
Oh, sure. Sorry. You take the two digits and separate them like that. And then you add the two digits together. So 2 plus 5 is 7. So it's 275 pi meters cubed. It works every time. It's amazing. So now we need to do number 4, and we think they're going to be all the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so surface area equals, do I have the base and the top
Yeah.
the same?
Yeah.
So I have 2, and the area of the base is what? 25 pi. Because you have to square it, Cooper. Plus the area of the outside, right? And we said it's a rectangle when I lay it out, but when I wrap it up, it gets my cylinder, right? So the height is what? 11 times 10 pi. Just because I like slant this cylinder a little bit, does it change how I do the problem? No. So I get 50 pi plus 110 pi, so I get what? 160 pi. So their surface area is the same. So we better check on the volume, right? So the volume is the area of the base, which is 25 pi times the height, 11. And again, separate the two digits and add them together. So were they the same? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we have 6 problems. We're going to work on them. And what we don't finish is your homework. Sound like a deal? Actually, there's 7 problems. There's 7. Okay. Anybody want to help me with the first one? Surface area.
It's the 2 for the base and the 5 for the height.
Yep. So Ainsley's helping me on surface area. Okay. So just because I've taken the cylinder and laid it on the side, does it change it? No. But it's a cylinder, so my base is a circle. Okay, so surface area, Ainsley, what are we going to do?
I'm gonna do 2 and then put it in parentheses 4 pi.
4 pi. So the area of the base, right? And why did you put the 2 out in front?
Because there's 2 of them.
Because there's a top and a bottom, right? Okay, plus what?
Plus 5 and then 5 and then 4 again.
Then 4 what? Pi? Because we have to get the circumference, right? And 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so I have 20 pi. No, I've got 8 pi. Plus 20 pi. My brain was skipping. So I have how many pies, Ainsley?
28 pi
28 pi what?
meters squared.
Meters squared. So Ainsley, you get to pick the person that helps me with the volume.
I choose Miss Shannon Nick.
Nope, you got to pick someone else.
Okay, Cooper.
Cooper. Okay, Cooper, how do we find volume? What's your formula say up top? Right up here you have a formula, right? Right there?
Base times height.
Okay, what's the big B stand for? what is the capital
Area of the
area of the base? So this is a cylinder, so my base is a circle, correct? So what is the area of my base?
28 pi.
I need the area of this circle. So area of a circle is what equation, Cooper?
2.
No, not the 2.
Okay, the area of a circle is pi r squared. So what is the radius of the circle?
Pi squared.
Okay, what is the radius of the circle?
2.
2. So it's 2 squared times pi. So what's 2 squared? What's 2 times 2, Cooper?
4.
So it's 4 pi. Now the height. What is the height? So if I took this cylinder and stood it on its, what's height?
5.
5. So what's 4 times 5?
20.
So it's 20 pi meters cubed. Now on your worksheet tomorrow, guys, they have like round your answer to the nearest hundredth. So do all your exacts and then go back, okay? Yes?
Can I get the worksheet for tomorrow later?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Cooper, you gotta pick the next person.
Brian.
Okay, Brian, surface area of this
Alright.
prism. What kind of a prism is this, Brian?
It's a rectangle.
A rectangular prism.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are we gonna do surface area, Brian?
Alright, so you got 2 15s. So you go 8 times 7. So you
Okay, 2 times 8 times 7.
Yeah.
Okay,
2
plus.
times 8 times 7. Plus 15. Now plus 2. Yeah. Times 7 times 15.
Okay,
Equal.
not yet.
What?
You got 6 sides and I only have 2 here.
2. You have 4.
No, I have 4. I'm sorry. You have 6 sides and I only got 4 right now. I need the other 2 sides. What are their dimensions? You've got, let's see, you've got this, you've got the front
And it's the top.
and the back, and you've got the side. So now you need the what?
Top.
Top and the,
So 15 times plus 2. And then 8 times 15.
8 times 15. Okay, so I got 56, 30, 30. So 2 times 56 is 112, am I right?
Yeah.
Plus 30 times 7 is 210. Plus 30 times 8 is 240. Guys, you know why I multiplied 2 times 15 rather than 2 times 7?
But it's easier to multiply
It's
by
easier multiplication, right? Because I was going to get a power of 10.
562
562. You guys agree with him?
inches squared.
You guys agree with his 562?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Brian,
Yeah?
who's going to do the volume?
Mason looks like he really wants to do all.
Okay, so Mason, you're going to do the volume. I think volume is much easier than surface area. Okay, so you need the area of the base times the height.
Alright. I'll get this.
Okay, what is the base?
15.
Okay, so 15 by what? 7. So if you're saying 15 by 7 is your base, so that's the front of it. Okay, so a 15 times 7. What's the height then?
15 by 8.
No, what is the height?
8.
8. Put your hood down, please. So that's it. So 15 times 56. Anybody do the trick with like 15 where you make it 5 and 10? Anyone do that? Let's see how to do it. Okay, so 15 is 5 plus 10, correct? Yeah. Okay, so if I took 10 times 56, that's 560, isn't it? Okay, and then I take 5 times 56, which shouldn't be too hard to do. So 5 times 6 is 30, carry a 3. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is what? 28. And then I just do what with these two numbers? Add them.
840.
So it's 840. And then inches what? Cubed. So with rectangular prisms, it's just length times width times height for the volume. Because you can make your base be any of these sides. So you made their base the front of the object, but it didn't matter, Mason. Does that make sense? I personally would have done 8 times 7, then times 15, but on a rectangular prism, it does not matter.
Sure.
Okay? So, Mason, who's your next victim? Who is my next victim?
Brian.
No, you can't choose Brian again. Somebody who hasn't been takes place.
Martin Mott.
Hurry up.
You said
Martin
Henry.
Mott.
Okay. Henry?
I do not accept his offer.
Well, you don't have a choice. Okay. Now, what did I do with this picture compared to the one we just did?
Slide it.
All I did was push it. Yes? So it's a parallelogram, but does that change it?
No.
No. It changes nothing about a rectangular and a parallel, because the area of a rectangle is based length times width, correct? What is the area of a parallelogram? Length times width. So it's the same thing. So, Henry, let's go, dude.
I already know how I'm doing.
Okay,
Yeah.
pick a side. Give me a dimension.
Oh, the sun.
5 by 6.
5 by 6. So if I have 5 by 6, that's the bottom and the what?
Top.
Top. So you have 2 of those. So you have 2 times 5 times 6. Plus, pick another side.
Yeah, right. Yeah. 6 by 4.
6 by 4. So 6 by 4, that's the front and the what?
Back.
Back. So you got how many of those? 2 of them, right? So you're going to have 2 times 6 times 4. And you got 2 more sides, don't you? And they're going to be the same here.
Slides.
I don't think I said slides.
5
It's
by
not
4.
right.
5 by 4, and that is the sides, like the sides of it. So 5 times 4. See, it's not bad, is it? You just got to get all of them in there.
Pretty bad.
Okay, so what do we got? 30 or 10 times 6, so 60. And 24 times 2. Or 12 times 4 is,
148.
well, 48. We're getting there. And 10 times 4 is 40. So I get 148 centimeters squared. Thank you, Henry. Wasn't that bad, was it?
It was horrible.
It was horrible. Worst thing you've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Henry.
Make him do the volume too.
Cayenne.
Cayenne. Okay, the volume of this figure, Cayenne.
5 times 6, and then times 4.
Okay, 5 times 6 times 4, so I get 30 times 4 is 100 and
20 centimeters
Yeah.
cubed.
120 centimeters cubed.
Andrea.
Andrea? Okay. Okay, is this one gonna be a little bit more to add for surface area? Yeah, because it's that triangular prism, so all the sides don't match up like a rectangle, do they? Okay, Andrea, where do you want to start?
Wouldn't it be 2 times half times 1 times 3?
2 times a half times 1 times 3. Yes, because we have a top and a bottom, and they're exactly the same. And the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay? Plus
7 times 3 going on the side.
7 times 3 is the front, right?
Look at all this stuff. Man,
Imagine it was there,
I'm thinking.
Was your name?
don't see that.
Um,
like, clouds. Not dark clouds,
Cool. Sort. But I didn't know.
okay, you all should be helping. We're thinking this is not just a time where you. What's the problem? Why'd we stop?
We don't know if the 2 sides are.
Yeah, we don't know this side right here, do we? And do we know this side right here?
We can find it out.
Yep, but we have to sit there and we have to think about it. Well, we could find it out if this whole thing was a right triangle, but it's not. But I have 2 smaller right triangles, don't I?
Sure. Oh.
This is not a good volume picture. Because it's not, it didn't, this picture was used for the volume, not for the surface area. Does that make sense? Because do I have enough information to find volume right now? So volume would be 1/2, 1 times 3 times what?
7.
7. So let's do the volume real quick. So, well, that'd be 21 over 2, which would be 10.5, correct? Meters cubed. So I'm going to have to fudge it a little. 2. That won't work. I'm going to say 4. But normally you would have to do the Pythagorean theorem, but they didn't give me enough to do the Pythagorean theorem, did they? No. Okay, so since I put 2 and 4, we're going to just use that. But you can't normally do that. I will make sure that I have everything you need. Got it? I apologize. Okay, so which one do you want to do next, Andrea?
Plus 7 times 2
7 times 2 gives me that back piece.
plus 7 times 4.
And plus 7 times 4. So when we have a triangular prism, are we going to have to do some more individual, not double all the things? So 1/2 of 2 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Plus 21 plus 14 plus 28. So this is what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 63. 66 I get? You guys get 66?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you have 3 problems to do on your own. So that is your assignment tonight. Please have it done because Andrea is going to pick somebody to show us the next one. So have it done, and then you guys will have the rest of the time to get your problems done so you don't have homework tomorrow. Sound good?